All right, guys, welcome back. Thanks again. We are here at Harvist. Today, I have a really special guest with somebody who's been with us for a while, who's newer to real estate. But what's really cool about this particular interview is, I don't really get to meet a lot of our clients. So to get to be in person with somebody, she serves Southern California. She also specifically Tarzana, the Encino area. So I'm really excited today. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Sara Zanville. Sara,
hi.
Thanks for being here.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
So tell me a little bit about you and your foray into real estate.
Yeah, I got my license in 2021, so 2.5 years ago. I bought my condo in 2019, and I loved the process, honestly. It was a COVID career shift. I was like, what are we doing right now? I was in events for 20 years, hospitality, and we're at home for a while, and I was like, I'm going to study and get my real estate license. And I just loved the process. I wanted to become an agent also that explained, how to buy something, the excitement of purchasing something, buying it on my own was like the best feeling. And so I love it so far. It's the best career shift I've ever had.
That's incredible. Yeah, it's really rewarding, the ability to help people, especially when you go through a process can be really scary.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, no matter what, whether it's your
alone.
first time or your 10th time, there's always it's always something new.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now that you're in, tell me about the area that you work. Like, what are some unique characteristics about that?
Yeah, so I focus on Tarzana and Encino. It's actually exactly where I bought my condo. So it's from like Reseda and Victory to Lindley and Victory. So I focus on 500 addresses, and I love the area. I mean, I live there. I went to high school right next door. I literally stare at my lockers every time I drive into my condo. It's safe. I walk the area regularly. I know the neighbors. There's a park right across the street, which is wonderful for kids. I actually am on the board of the park, so I started doing a lot of events. I do like yard sales, like neighborhood yard sales, every couple of months, and they asked me to be on the board. So I think knowing the area so well and actually living there has gotten me business. I've door knocked and had a listing where they're like, we just want somebody that, knows the area. And I said, I went to school there. I bought a condo there. I walk this area. So I think that confidence too. And I genuinely love it. So I can sell it.
Yeah, it's interesting, right? It's like, I'm not just your realtor, I'm your neighbor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I really, truly love and understand the area. So that's a huge advantage when it comes to, because again, so it also has the people that are moving into the area, right? So tell me a little bit about what type of person. I mean, is it families, young adult? Like, what do you see in that specific area? What does that look like?
It ranges, honestly. There are families. The house that I sold, the new owners were the loveliest family. There's people that have lived there for 40 years, and this was their first home. I was just door knocking and talked to somebody who unfortunately lost his wife, and he's like, I've been here 35 years. He raised his his kids there. He has the best oranges ever. There's people like me that, a single woman that bought a condo, and it's just such a good location. It's very central in the valley. I don't think people realize, like, Tarzana, Reseda, that area, it's near Woodland Hills. You have the Village, you have the new Rams practice stadium that's going to be opening up that, is just going to bring so much more people there. And then you're still close to Sherman Oaks. You're still close to Ventura Boulevard. You're close to south of Ventura where you can take the canyons to the west side. Like, it really is such a central location, and it's safe. It really is.
So tell me, I mean, again, I love when I meet with people that like literally know their area. And again, from us, from a Harvist, right? Like, we have to partner with people who understand the area, understand who that homeowner is, understand who the buyers will be coming in. It's a really important piece because we only win if you win.
Right.
We don't win if our users aren't getting those deals, if they're not getting those calls. But at the same time, if they don't have the ability and the skill set, right, to actually talk about the area, to know the area. So what you're doing and just your your energy about this area is unmatched. It's beautiful. So tell me a little bit what intrigued you about Harvist, right? You're in your business, you're running your business, you're that newbie out there just kicking butt. But what is it that intrigued you about us?
I remember hearing the first meeting that Harma talked about the automatic farming of it. And I loved that concept because I think with real estate, there's just so much to do and so much to organize, and there's follow-ups and circle prospecting and so forth, that I loved the idea of like, okay, there's something that is automatically going out to my neighborhood or to my farm. Since it's not only someone's neighborhood, but, and I just love that idea. On top of that, though, I door knock. So I want, my vision is like, they're going to get my postcards, they're going to get my emails, and then when I knock on their door, they're like, oh my gosh, you're the girl that I get all these emails and postcards from and voicemails. And I just love it, honestly. I can customize it. As automatic as it is, I still look ahead and see what is going out. When I sold in the area, my next voicemail was, I recently sold in the neighborhood. So, if you have any other needs, I'm here. There was one recently since rates went down. I think one of the emails I was like, oh, let me customize that rates just went down and, but inventory is still low. So I look ahead, but I just love the automatic farming of it. And the little notifications that I get, it's like, your campaign touch is going out soon. And I'm like, gotta do it. It's just very streamlined.
I love it. It's so interesting because the people, when they come to us, that's what they want, right? They want automation. They want the term in the marketing world is like set it and forget it. And what's interesting is the people who are continuing to have success actually do go in and customize. They love to be able to customize to their specific clientele something that maybe happened to them. Like it's set for those 12 months, but you can get in there and you can customize it to whatever is happening. Because I want people to always understand is real estate is hyperlocal. Yeah. Every little pocket has its own little nuance, its own little thing happening. And so when you can talk about that even allows that person that's receiving that form of communication, whether it be the voicemail, whether it be the email, a letter, or a postcard, is that they feel like you're talking to them. Yeah. Right? They feel like I'm the person that this is going to. And so I want to talk about one of your QR code scan because it's interesting because people that when they come to us, one of the things with all the physical touches, right, the postcards and the letters, they actually have a QR code that is just to you, right? And so every single point of performance or communication that goes out, it has that on there. And so you were telling me off camera, but I'd love to bring it to the people, is that you were like, oh my goodness.
It was insane.
So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, first off, it's very streamlined. So, somebody scanned the QR code on the postcard that they get regularly. And I immediately got a notification. So usually my process is once I get the notification, before reaching out to them, I want to look at the address and I want to see kind of, because kind of what the house is and know a generic version of comps for when I talk to him, so I'm prepared. So I, looked everything up and realized it was a $6.5 million home, which honestly has forced me to door knock more because I didn't know that was in my 500 addresses that I have. Right. But I immediately, it was later in the evening. It was around like 8:30 or 9. So I just sent him an email just saying, thank you for your interest. I received your inquiry, and I'm here to help. Can I call you tomorrow? And ended up talking to him on the phone. And, knowing the comps and all that ahead of time, generally, it just was a really easy conversation. He did say, because I am a newer agent, which I was honest when he asked. He's like, have you sold $10 million properties? And I said, to be honest, I haven't, but my office has. And, thankfully, Equity Union has a ton of top producers. And I work specifically with a lot of amazing agents in the office. And I said, I might not have that resume, but I know somebody that does, and we can meet you. And, she's amazing. And so we both had a listing appointment, and he fell in love with us. And it's a process. There's some family stuff that he has to deal with, but we're following up at least once a month. He still gets my voicemails and gets my, cards. I added him to my personal holiday card list, so he's getting more personal stuff. Right. And we chat all the time. So that's awesome. Don't forget us, but it's definitely going to happen this year. But it's just more showing that this works.
Yeah, well, I mean, again, I was telling you as well, our success has to be with you guys, our users. We only win if you win. Yeah. And, to understand that, and I think it's attributed to you, and I think, I hope everybody got this through this conversation, is that this isn't just set it and forget it. It's not just, they're getting this postcard from Harvist or this letter from Harvist. I need to know what's going on. I need to know the market. I need to be out there. What we do is we just make sure it's all in front of them. Yeah. And so that when it's in front of them, when you do have that conversation, they do know who you are. They have seen you, and that's a really, really important piece. The most important thing is consistency, right? And I think this is in marketing. Years ago, we used to talk about this. Is that there's two pillars. It's consistency and relevancy. Yeah. So when you're consistent and you're always there, but you also have to be relevant. And that's one of the things that I think a lot of people miss is a headline. And like you said, well, the headline was interest rates were going up. Well, they're not going up anymore. Yeah. They did come down a little bit. They have stabilized a little bit. And so having the ability to customize, to be in front of people, but also be relevant. And I think that's another strength of yours, being in the area.
There's another woman that responded to one of my emails saying that I have a buyer looking in the area. And her situation is different. She bought at the height of the market in 2021. And, it's not quite there yet, but it will be for when she wants to sell. But I send her a text very regularly. We're very close now, and any sale in the area, that's over $1 million, I'll text her and be like, this one just sold for over $1 million. Let's get this going. And the park across the street, they host a really cute trunk. It's like a trunk or treat, for Halloween. So she brought her kids there. So I always text her and we're doing an event across the street. It's just building those relationships that I've really been introduced through Harvist continuously, and just letting them know, hey, just an FYI, I saw this restaurant is opening up, or this just sold for this amount. It's that relatability, of oh my gosh, wait, and let me see. And there was an open house across the street. I'm I'm gonna check out the open house and I'll let you know how it compares to yours. It's just the constant communication to them.
It's such a perfect way. We help you plant the seeds,
literally,
right?
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden you get a little bit of, it sprouts up, yeah, right? And then you got to go water and nurture it, and and nurture it, and see it grow. And and the growth is the relationship, is where they trust you, right? And I think that's a really important piece. And we'll end on this today. Is that people in the social media time frame got enthralled by the likes. Right? Did somebody like my post? Did they heart my Instagram? Yes. Right? And we just got inundated with that was the thing. Mm-hmm. And the truth is now today is because that's just a way of life now. It's not, you know what I mean? But in the world of real estate, it's not if they like you, it's if they trust you. Yeah. And we have to be better we have to understand the market. We have to be better at articulating the market, educating them as often as possible from their need, not from our need, from their need. Because I think it's important that people see in this conversation is that, there's several people that are reaching out. They're touching you and they're saying, hey, we're interested, and the timing isn't right. Yeah. So that's the chance to nurture that relationship. That's the chance to grow that relationship. And as that relationship grows, they're going to tell their friends.
Yeah, and it's reading the room. And I never want to be too pushy, or too salesperson-y. I genuinely know the area, love the area, and know Los Angeles. I'm born and raised in LA. So, if this the only reason why she would want to move is because she wants a larger backyard for her daughters. Like, so, knowing that, I'm sending her other stuff, and like knowing what's happening, not just in Tarzanans, but Woodland Hills and Sherman Oaks and, everywhere. It just really helps with just the constant communication. Yeah. And I just love it. It really is. It's the greatest thing.
Wow. We appreciate you,
Yeah,
for so many reasons. One, coming in and doing this with us, but also just being great at what you do. And like it makes it fun for us to work with people like you. So
yeah.
appreciate
it. Go team.